Introduction to CSS Transform and Transition Properties. Transform properties modify the shape, orientation, and position of HTML elements. Transition properties animate these transformations smoothly over time. They provide a simpler, more efficient, and elegant solution for creating engaging and interactive web pages. Understanding CSS transformations. CSS transformations involve changing the position, rotation, or scale of an HTML element. Types of CSS transformations: translate, rotate, scale, skew, and matrix. CSS transform functions and syntax. Each transformation function requires specific parameters. Example of translate function: transform, translate 50px, 100px. CSS transition properties for animating transformations. Animate CSS transformations smoothly over time. Specify the duration, timing function, and delay of the animation. Example of transition property: transition, transform 1s, ease in out. Using CSS transform and transition properties together. Combine CSS transform and transition properties for dynamic animations and effects. Example of hover effect on an HTML element using both properties. Creating animations with CSS transform and transition properties. Create a variety of animations and effects on web pages. Example of animated loading spinner using these properties. Advanced CSS transform techniques. Transform matrix and multiple transforms. Perform complex transformations using a 3x3 matrix with transform matrix. Apply multiple transformations to a single HTML element with multiple transforms. Examples of 3D perspective effect and spinning cube using these advanced techniques. Practical examples of CSS transform and transition properties in action. Image gallery: expand and contract images on hover. Drop-down menu: create a smooth drop-down menu on hover. Card flip animation: dynamic card flip, revealing more info on click. Parallax scrolling: create depth and motion effect on web page. Tips for optimizing CSS transform and transition performance. Use hardware acceleration to offload the animation processing to the user's GPU. Minimize the use of complex transformations and animations. Use CSS transitions instead of JavaScript animations whenever possible. Use the will change property to inform the browser of future animations. Conclusion and next steps. Mastering CSS transform and transition properties can help create engaging and dynamic web pages. Continue learning by exploring interactive examples and experimenting with different techniques.